Hello. Oh, my brain's a little wonky. This cute little fuzzball, cute little fuzzy ball, who's in my lap right now, keeps waking me up ultra early. Showing me Margie. Oh, isn't he cute? Best boy. Move my leg. Oh, there we go. This cute little guy, he keeps trying to wake me up earlier and earlier in the morning, and he gets the guys getting ready for work and thinks I need to get up too. I've been having a little trouble sleeping for some reason. Um, I'm not sure what it is, but sometimes I just have trouble sleeping. Um, I'm just trying to figure out things. Today seems like it's gonna be pretty good. Yesterday had a few interesting things happen, but nothing major. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to be less overwhelmed, and with a lot of my boxes, I have to use up the yarn, and I have to sell the stuff that I make. And so I'm trying to make stuff that would sell quickly. Um, and I'm adding things to the bag that heads up to my store, even though I don't seem to be having a lot of sales right now. I've been noticing a lot the first of the month is really difficult, both online and in person. I like the booth because my stuff does seem to sell better in person. So, like, it seems like with my online stuff, I only have the ability to make a little bit of money from that site. So, but I do have the potential of at least making booth cost every month at the booth. So I'm kind of trying to think of what to make. So I'm doing a lot of the tiny turtles because they sell pretty quickly. They're only like $2.50. And I'm doing Baby Yoda because they just never, they slow down a lot, but they never really stop selling. So I'm trying to work on the Baby Yodas. And then the Hello Kitty dolls are new on, they sold pretty quickly right away. And I mean, the little ones are new. They sold pretty quickly right away. And then it just kind of not doing anything. So yeah, I've got Kraken hats up there. Got hanging towels up there. Maybe I should buy my patriotic ones and put them up there. But I'm trying to think of stuff to put into the booth that will sell, um, so that I can make booth cost. Maybe try to get a check. I did have a little check this month, and I bought some stuff, and I bought cleaning supplies, and I bought some stuff off Amazon, and and I bought some yarn supplies from Amazon, and now I'm broke again. I didn't have that much money, so but let's see. So I'm still trying to figure out how to get my stuff to sell and what to put up there. I've got bats and spiders up there already. I've got some good backstock. I gotta get backstock. That's one of the things I know that I need to constantly doing is keeping up with backstock because that's one of the things that I had issues with when it was Christmas, when there was a lot of people shopping for the Christmas and the holidays, is that I just didn't have enough backstock and I kept selling out of things. So this is a good time to work on the backstock because I can do 800 at Christmas time if I've got enough backstock. If I don't, I can't. And that was kind of the problem this year. It's also having somebody who is interfering with my ability to get anything done. Um, and then I have days where I feel like I have too much to do, and that feels like it interferes with my ability to get things done, but I still get something done. Um, so the person who was initially interfering with my ability doesn't live here anymore. And so then so I'm just dealing with the occasional situation that's interfering with my ability to get things done. And that's just sort of like things like bouts of insomnia that just kind of come out of nowhere. I don't get insomnia a lot. Like it doesn't last a long time, but I do get it. And I think I've been having it And then I've got this cute little cat who thinks that when he hears the boys getting up for work, he's got to wake me up too. And they got to get up at like 6:30 or 6 or 6:30 or something like that to get ready for work. Um, so I'm trying to go to bed early, and then that gets my son, who's autistic, he gets a little upset about that. And I'm like, dude, I can't be trying to function on 4 to 5 hours of sleep. I need sleep. And it's just, it drives me nuts. And then everybody acts like I'm the one with the problem and I'm the one that doesn't understand. No, you guys gotta let me sleep. I don't know why I get insomnia. I don't know why this happens, but it just happens. I think it happens to a lot of people. It's just a common, normal thing. So I'm trying to figure out how to get some sleep. I think I actually was asleep for a little bit last night after whoever was in the shower finally got out. And then it's just like that, you know. It's Gigi kept wiggling, and then somebody dripped something in the oven, and then somebody else decided they were gonna make pizza, knowing that that drip was in the oven. They didn't clean it out, and so the whole house was smoky, and that set off my anxiety. So that was great. Now I gotta clean that out. So apparently I should have known that they were gonna drip stuff in the oven, even though nobody told me. And my daughter claims that it was in the oven when she did the cake, which it wasn't. Because I would have noticed that. I've got a lot of anxiety around fire because I was in a fire when I was a little kid. Um, and he came back. This sweet boy came back. Yes, he did. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to keep the anxiety down. And so apparently I had to clean out the stove again because I'm the only one who seems to know how to do that. So, but then on the bright side, I actually found pizza at the store. My son is going nuts about pizza, and all I can find is these gut bombs that are pepperoni loaded, and Eli and I are not supposed to be eating those. And so I actually found pizza at the store, not ordered pizza, but at the store that there wasn't one of those pepperoni gut bombs. Um, so we'll probably be able to have pizza tonight if I remember to clean out the stove, which I probably will because it's driving me nuts. Um, ugh. I know if you're in a situation like me where you kind of have to live with other people, it's just gonna be frustrating because there's gonna be stuff that they do. They don't think they're doing anything wrong. They don't think they're being stupid, or they don't think, I think is what the problem is. Um, and so like you're like trying to get them to understand things, and they're like, I don't know. The oven's designed for fire. Ugh. To a certain extent, the oven is set up so that if there is a small fire, it'll be all right. But if you ignore it, then there's going to be problems because there are vents, there are openings, there are things in the oven. So yeah, don't want to ignore a fire in the oven or potential fire. It wasn't on fire, but it was smoking. So I need to clean that, and it's just one of those days. So, and it's still cold. I don't have any clue why it's still cold. I mean, it's always cold in the basement, but it's cold outside too. It is not good. Yeah, Gigi says it is not good, but I don't know why it is. It's something that's going on. You can't control nature. So I'm hoping that today is actually pretty good and that maybe I can actually get some sleep tonight. You probably hear the tail knocking because Gigi's swagging his tail because I'm ratting him out. Am I ratting you out? I am. So I'm hoping other people are having a good day. I'm hoping other people aren't having too much troubles with roommates. But I think just because when you live with other people, you don't see things the same way, so then you have these little stressful issues, and it's just like, you vent about it, but if it's just stupid like last night, um, I'm just gonna clean out the oven because it's easier for me to just clean out the oven than it is to fight with them. They're all millennials. I have no idea what's going on with their brains. I know I did not raise my children to be stupid, but sometimes they just act that way. I don't know. I know the school districts have the way the school's teaching things now is just ridiculous. I know that's contributing to people not understanding things. And like they take out things like home ec. They don't learn how to cook. They don't learn how to do a checkbook. They don't learn how to do all this other stuff. And they're trying to take out art. They're trying to take out recess. It's like they need that stuff. Um, it's just crazy. But I don't know. We're going into hard times, so I don't really know how rough things are going to be. Um, so I haven't figured out what my sister-in-law is talking about with the food shortage thing because the only thing I've gotten information on was some baby food formula shortages, and there were a combination of people being dumb and people and something got contaminated. Some products got contaminated somehow. I don't know how that happened. I think there's an investigation into that. Um, So, but it's probably going to be like the listeria issue we had a few years ago where they kept getting listeria in a specific brand of ice cream. And they discovered that they were not cleaning out the machines properly at the end of the day or at all. So that's where the listeria was coming from. So it's probably going to be something like that where they discovered that people are cutting corners. So hopefully it's that and they can like clean it up and the stuff will get back on the market. And the other issue also seems to be um, that there are supply chain issues. It's not necessarily like there's nothing in the supply chain, but it's hard to get things from one end of the supply chain to the other end of the supply chain. Or like I said, I'm noticing here in Washington, I'm not noticing a lot of things being impossible to get, but I have noticed that there are a few products that just don't seem to be available. That's like the pizza. I was getting so frustrated with my son because he just keeps wanting pizza and wanting pizza, and they're just always these pepperoni gut bombs. I'd loved it to have pizza, probably once a week or like he keeps talking about it. But if I can't get anything that we can eat without making sick, then there's no point in getting the pizza. And then he gets frustrated. He's not he is autistic, but he's not slow, he's pretty smart. He just gets a little anxious, I think is a good way of putting it. Doesn't always understand things. And I have a feeling that if things get worse, then he's probably gonna have a hard time with that. But we'll just have to deal with it as it comes. Thankfully, though, he's got a doctor now who is actually wanting to figure out what's going on with him and wants to make sure that he can get his anxiety meds and is actually running some tests to see what's going on with the other stuff, the metabolic issues that we've discovered. And I'm grateful that it does seem to just be metabolic and not something like MS, but it could still be something like MS. It's just not presenting atypically, I guess would be a way of putting it. But oh, that was really scary, and I hope we don't go through that again. Which is why I'm trying to get him to not just want to eat pizza and cheeseburgers because the fast food problem was the poor diet was one of the issues that did start the episode because we're pretty certain that the ulcers, because he had to be on all this medicine for the ulcers. We're pretty certain that that's what caused the issues. So we're hoping, or at least that's mostly what caused the issue. So we're hoping that we can get him on a better diet so that he doesn't have that happen again, because that was pretty scary. And so yeah, I was hoping to be more alert and actually have a topic, but nope, it's just pretty much an update on my life, what's going on. I'd like to say that life sucks, but other than a few why are you stupid moments with the roommates, you know, I don't think any of them are stupid. I just think they have these moments where their brain just shuts off. I don't know. It seems to be more common with the millennial generation than with mine for whatever reason. But then my generation's getting older, so I think maybe more was expected of my generation. Because I mean, we had jobs when we were kids, and they don't have jobs. And the school was actually teaching us, with school and family, that was teaching us things like how to think for ourselves and how to understand reality. And I mean, not all of us picked up on it. And I think like some of the problems with the way men are, especially, may have come from my generation because I noticed there's a lot of men in my generation that don't get it. Um, I think the women thing, the problems that you do see with women, I think that started in my mom's generation because the whole hippie thing messed. Oh my God. I don't want to go off on that tangent, but the whole hippie, drugs, rock and roll, that really messed with a lot of people. And it messed with my generation. I think it messed with some other generation. And I think it has a lot to do with why there's a field full of homeless drug addicts, like 3 blocks from my house. People think that's normal, and it's not. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm not really sure how to deal with it because DARE didn't work. DARE was a program, for those of you that don't know, DARE was a program that was really big in like the 80s that was trying to teach kids to stay away from drugs. It actually backfired because there weren't enough kids like me who were understanding why they didn't want you on drugs. I have a lot of health issues. I've always had problems with medications. I'm allergic to marijuana. Yeah, I have fatal form THC allergen. It's very rare, but does happen. And so I figured if marijuana was gonna kill me, I didn't want to know what the rest of it would do. And then of course there's a bunch of addicts in my family. I was raised mostly with my mom's family, and that's where most of that is. I think there were a few addicts on my dad's side, but for the most part, most of my dad's, there was mental health issues and there were addiction on my dad's side, but for the most part, what I was seeing a lot of that of was on my mom's side. But I'd spent a lot more time with my mom's side, um so I saw that a lot more, because there's a lot more mental health issues and addiction on my mom's side of the family. I'm not really sure why that is. That's just where we went. That's just where things went funky on the mom's side, I guess. The genes are related to a lot of this stuff. Um, my mom had the grand blessing of having both problems, so I'm not real certain how much of what was actually happening and how much of what was things that she thought was happening. So especially in my younger childhood, because there's a lot of stuff that I remember very differently from what my mom says, but I don't remember them fully. So it's like, and then of course, when you're a kid, you don't know everything that's going on. So yeah, so I'm just trying to. So I was just trying to stay away from drugs when I was a kid, but apparently there were a lot more kids that had the other side influence, or took the other side of it, from like, well, I see all these people doing this and that, and it's not having a negative effect on their life right now. um so I'm not really sure how that got normalized, um but it kind of did, and that really sucks, and I feel bad for people. um but I know that if people did get into that trap and they do want to get out, that there are a lot of rehab and counseling options nationwide. You may have to go to like the SHS or whatever your uh, whatever you guys called your Department of Social Health Services, where you would go to get food stamps and ask about state medical. That would be probably where you would go to get a good idea of who's available, what fundings are available, that kind of stuff. Um, so, and I really do encourage people to step away from that lifestyle. It's kind of a death style. Doesn't really end well, if you can't get out of it. So I'm hoping people can get out of it, because I don't like seeing people suffering like that, because they really are. They don't realize it, but they are. And I know it's really hard to break habits. like that. I mean, I have a hard time. People tell me I can't have coffee, so I get it. I mean, coffee's not even the worst thing. I get it, but if you have that problem, go find a rehab. They're out there. Um, I guess that's a good place to end it because I'm just kind of feeling today. I'm hoping things get better. Maybe when I clean out my oven and get some good dinner in me and get some stuff done, and I won't feel so anxious about not getting all the stuff done. It's just crazy. There's feels like there's too much to do and not enough me. I think I hear my daughter getting up for work, so yeah, it's probably a good time to end this. So like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, because mostly right now I'm just trying to give advice and um try to help, try to build a community for disabled people, kind of chronicling what I'm going through from day to day. I know right now my life is pretty boring. I am bored. So hopefully if I can get some followings, I can do like plan things and like maybe if I can start figuring out how to get some monies, I can do some activities. Um, I hope things get better. Uh, but I think everybody's in the same boat. So I'm gonna put this cute kitty. I'm gonna say bye, and like and subscribe, and hit the bell thingy, and all that good stuff. If you like what I'm trying to do, um, I'm always up for advice. I'm always up for topics to look into. Like if I don't know, I'll research it. Uh, but yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.